Dear future students, we are very glad to welcome you at our meeting. So today we will tell you about HEC Master's Program Economics and Economic Policy. And first of all, we will hear the academic supervisor of the program, Olga Kuznetsova, assistant professor. Then our student from Ghana, Roosevelt, will tell you about his study experience at HEC University. And after that, we will have some time for your questions. So please write your questions in the chat and we will read them at the end of the meeting. So please, Olga Sergeyevna, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Oh, well, so now it's okay. Thank you very much. So guys, first of all, Happy New Year for those concerned. So, and I'm really happy to meet with you today and tell you a little bit about our program, Economics and Economic Policy. A lot of information is already available for you on our website. So please, if you're interested, later on, you can check the page of the program. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me or my colleagues from international department and or our manager, Maria Geroeva. But now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the program. So basically, my goal today is to help you to understand whether this program is for you and if you are for this program. So if there is a perfect match between the program and you. So yeah, so what do we have? So it's called Economics and Economic Policy, and for sure it's a very, very general area of studies. So we have, basically we have 4 tracks, 4 specializations of our program, but basically one of them is mainly in Russian, so it's not for foreign students who do not speak English. So I will tell mainly about 3 of the tracks, 3 of the specializations, which can be chosen by you. So we have either general trajectory or research trajectory. And inside the general trajectory of our program, we have basically 2 tracks or 2 specializations. One is called applied economics. The other is about quantitative methods in economics. And as a research trajectory, we have a research in economics track or a specialization, and that's basically the choice available for you. We have also the economic and financial behavior research group, but this group is run by the representatives or the employees of the central bank, the Bank of Russia. So mainly it's for Russian citizens, the students with the Russian citizenship. So, but for foreigners, we have these 3 tracks I'm going to talk about. So these are 3 nice faces of the supervisors, scientific supervisors of 3 tracks I'm going to talk about. So I'm not just the academic supervisor of the whole program, I'm also a scientific supervisor of the track called Research in Economics. Timur Nathov is the assistant professor at the Department of Applied Economics. Nothing surprising, he's a supervisor of the track called Applied Economics. And Professor Kosova, Yelena Vladimirovna, is the supervisor of the 3rd track I'm going to tell you about, the track called Quantitative Methods in Economics and Finance. So you see, we're nice, we're kind, and we are very looking forward to meet you in person and to share our knowledge and well, skills with you. So what are these 3 tracks about? So the first track, the track I'm supervising, is devoted to those who want to gain some fundamental understanding of economics. So want to understand the the basic relationship between economic variables, economic phenomena, etc. So basically, if you want to form a very profound understanding of how economics in general sense works, this track is for you. So basically, if you're interested in continuation of your education as, I don't know, by joining some PhD program, or if you want to continue with your academic career, I think this track is a good choice. So it doesn't mean that you cannot choose an academic career after other tracks or other programs or other specialization, not for sure, but if you already understand that academic career is for you, so if you see yourself as a professor in the nearest future, I think it's a good start. Why so? Because basically you may think of this track as of 2 first years of a PhD program. So for example, if after that you choose to join the HEC PhD school or aspirantura in Russian, so after this track, you can be sure that you have all necessary knowledge, you have all necessary skills, and I can guarantee the quality of the courses that are taught here. So, and usually the students of this track, not all of them, but most of them, also join some laboratories or research groups inside HEC, and at the end of the second year of the master program, almost all of the students have a lot of research experience, and then a PhD program would be just, well, a natural continuation of education. So the instructors are really professionals. So they almost all of them are researchers. So I think it's very important that they are not just the teachers, they also do their own researches, and they can share with you their experience. So I think it's very important that, so basically if you're interested in research, you should talk to real researchers. That's how you will understand how it works, and what should be studied during the master program. So I think it's a very, very good choice. But on the other side, I'd say that well, this track is really hard to, so you should be ready to devote almost all your time to studies, especially if you if you're not sure in your mathematical background, for example. So the studies here are very, very intense. So, but you see, the other side of the coin is that after this track, you'll be prepared for your academic career. So that's what I wanted to say about this track. And here's the list of the special courses designed for this track. So it doesn't mean that the students of other tracks or other programs cannot choose, cannot pick up these courses, but these courses were designed for these tracks. So, and the instructors usually are ready to guide the students throughout their work on the master diplomas, etc., etc. So just have a look, and we're continually working on this list. So like, this is the list from this year, but we've been already negotiating with other instructors, other lecturers about other courses which can be included in the list. So, for example, if you're more interested in microeconomics, you can choose microeconomic courses mainly, so such that you learn a lot about different sides of microeconomics, and then you can choose a proper an interesting topic for your master diploma and probably for your PhD dissertation. I don't know if you have already some thoughts about it. Or, for example, if you think of yourself as of macroeconomist mainly, so we have a lot of courses on these and we're going to add more. So we have already we've reached an agreement with the teachers. So this course, which is listed here, Growth and Innovations, it will be a new course taught by Professor Bistomyanne starting from this September. So you see, so it's kind of, well, the work in progress. Like every year we have a wide range of the courses which we are going to give you. So I think it's a very, very good choice. I don't know any other program, at least in Russia, with so many strong courses devoted mainly for research students. So I think it's a very, very, very good thing. So the next track, which is the part of general trajectory, as I said earlier, so the track called applied economics. So it's not contrary, it's a supplementary to the research track I told before. This track is mainly for those who are looking for some applied knowledge, which can be useful for successful work in either commercial or public sector. So many students from this track are employed in public companies and public sector or commercial firms. And again, it doesn't mean that if you choose this track, you cannot continue in academia, but mainly those who do not want to work as, I don't know, the lecturers or researchers, and want to join the research departments in the commercial banks, for example, they usually choose this track because the main focus is on the applied knowledge. So it's not like the understanding of how economics work. It's not the theoretical knowledge, even if the great focus on the theoretical courses is also present here, but the main focus is on how to apply these theoretical knowledge, these theoretical courses to some real questions about economic processes or about the behavior of real economic agents. So, and another good thing is that a lot of projects of these track are elaborated with the support from potential employers. So I think it's also a good thing. And again, so we can guarantee the quality of education on this track. And the skills and methods studied here are the most modern and useful for some applied research and some applied studies. So here are the examples. Here you can see the examples of the courses elaborated for these tracks. So again, it doesn't mean that, for example, the research students cannot take these courses, or for sure they can include these courses in their learning plan also, but the main focus of these courses listed here is on the on how you can apply your knowledge, how you can apply your skills if you want to solve some practical questions. So that's and again, this is also the list in progress. So there are a lot of other courses, and we have a lot of negotiations, and we're still working on the learning plan for next year but you can be sure we'll have a lot of options for you. And finally, the third track I'm going to tell you about is the track focusing on the quantitative methods in economics and finance. So, but I'm not sure, but last year I think that the scientific supervisor of this track conducted the main seminars in Russian, which meant that you should know some Russian. But I'm not sure what will be this year. Probably, well, we'll see. So I think that research in economics and applied economics tracks are already enough. So these are two very good options. But if you know, well, some Russian, if you do kind of understand it at least, so you can think about this third option, but probably the supervisor will be ready to work in English also. Actually, I don't know for the moment. But anyway, I'd like to also tell you briefly about this track. So this track is mainly for those who have already very, very strong mathematical or technical background. So, because of this is really necessary to know mathematics to be successful as a student of this track. So if you are sure that your mathematical skills are good enough, then you can consider this track also. So basically you need mathematical skills for any of the tracks of our program, but well, this one is the most demanding track for these mathematical skills. So, but if you are sure that, well, your background is strong enough, you can consider this option because they are the most modern quantitative techniques are studied. Like if you are thinking about using machine learning techniques or make some, well, macroeconomic simulations with the help of the state-of-the-art models, we have it here. Again, many research students take the courses of this track, but mainly these courses were elaborated for this particular specialization. And these are the time series analysis, the panel data analysis, machine learning in economic studies, etc., etc. So, so basically, if you want to study in English and if it's the only option for you, I'd recommend to consider applied economics or research in economics options. But if you have some, well, if you know at least at some level of Russian language, so you can also think about the third option I listed here. Well, so let me now, let me have a look at the chart. If I cannot see, no, I can see something. So it's nothing for me, I think, but I will check later. So let me now talk about the educational plan we have. So we have different parts of the educational plan we have in mind for our students. So the first block, the first part is the part which is called main courses. So all our students have to take microeconomics course, macroeconomics course, econometrics, Python, and mathematics for economists. And I'd say they're very, very intense. So don't try to work during the first semester of the studies. It's just impossible. But but after that, I will have a joke that those who survive the first semester will be strong enough to succeed any challenge in their lives. So because it's very, very intense. So you can imagine during the first semester, you have to succeed in 5 very, very intense courses. And after that, you can, you can form your electives plan for the second semester, and they will be much, much easier because you'll have these foundation formed by the main courses of the first semester. So after that, after the first semester, you have the electives, and the electives, they are here. So the courses of specialization, I told you about them already. And you can, for example, if you choose research in economics, you can also complement your main specialization plan with the courses of other specialization. For example, as I said before, many research students take some courses from the quantitative methods track or from applied economics track, and vice versa. The students of the applied economics sometimes take the courses from the quantitatives methods track because they are very, very useful and they are very, very good, or from the research track because, well, so depending on your area of interest, basically. So for example, if you have an intention to work, I don't know, in a macroeconomic department of a commercial bank, so for example, you may choose an applied economics track, but complement it with some courses, quantitative courses from the quantitative methods track, and some research courses from the research in economics track. And after that, so you see, you can adapt your learning plan according to your goals, your interests, and your career plans, basically. So we have also very, very special thing which is called Mago Lego. So usually when I receive a message regarding this part of the learning plan from foreign students, usually it's not Mago Lego, something Migo Lego, or but anyway, I will understand what you mean. However you spell it, but it's basically the pool of courses from other master programs. For example, you might find it interesting to take some courses from a financial program. Again, if you are intended, if you want to work in a commercial bank, so it would make sense to complement the economic courses with something from the financial area. Well, so I think it's a good idea, and vice versa again. So we work closely with our colleagues from other programs, financial, mathematical, etc., and so world economic programs, and we are usually happy to see the students from other programs, and I know that other programs are happy to see our students to join their courses. Well, so another very, very important part of the learning plan is what we call main seminars. It's how it is written in your in the official systems of HEC, for example. And this part consists of 2 seminars. One is what is called mentor seminar, and the other is called methodological scientific seminar. So I start with the second one because, well, it's easier to explain what it is. So basically, methodological scientific seminar is a seminar which helps you to understand how to do research, how to write your master thesis, or how to succeed in your courses. So basically there you discuss where to look for literature, how to write down a good research question, and how to structure your master thesis, for example. I think it's these are very, very, very good skills, not just for students, but for any professionals, so working in economics and finance probably also. And the first one, which is called mentor seminar, is not a seminar itself. So it's basically, it's a form of your communication with the scientific supervisor of your chosen track. So basically, it can be a seminar, a real seminar, when you meet with the supervisor and in your classmates when you discuss your, well, I don't know, research agendas or some, well, problems, etc., etc. They might be office hours, there might be some meetings with the representatives of the industry, for example. So there are a lot of activities hidden there. But in your transcript, you'll see mentor seminar as a part of your learning plan. I think these two are very, very important for to understand where to go, how to choose a proper research question, how to choose a topic for your master thesis. Well, basically, these two are intended to help you with all these stuff. So, I come back to this scheme here. And you see in the bottom part of the slide, you'll see the project and research seminar. So we don't have a term paper on the first year of the program, but we have a project. So how does it work? It works like, I think it's, if you successfully join us, I think you should make a choice before October 2025. I think so, yeah. And this choice should include the choice of your research seminar and the project. So you choose your scientific supervisor, you choose the topic you are going to work on, and then you meet other students interested in the same topic. It's like the group of 5 students from different programs which work with the same scientific supervisor. You meet, I don't know, bi-weekly, for example, or, well, several times during the year or every day. And I think it's a very, very good property when you work and talk a lot to people interested in the same questions, like you are all working in the same area and you share your ideas. I think it's a very, very good way to organize your work on the master thesis, for example. And we have more than 100 research seminars options. Not all of them are in English, unfortunately, yet, but we've been working on it also. Like every year we have more seminars in English than before. And I'd say that the choice is really good. So it has been becoming better and better. So here you can see several examples of the research seminars available for you. So for example, if you're interested in the questions of international trade, we have the instructors, we have the scientific supervisors who can work with you, and we have other students interested in the same topic, so we can help you to meet each other, and then you can work either on your personal master thesis or on your group project. So, and I think that the options are really, really good. After that, so if you still want to join us, so several words about how you can join us. So it's a portfolio, so you have to, you know better already, I think so, but just several advices. So so there are some Olympiads and other options I'm not talking about because the colleagues here from the international department know better than me, but I can tell you about the portfolio. So basically, you have to, first of all, you have to upload your diploma with the transcript, with all the courses you've taken and all the grades you got. So please make sure that it's, well, in English or in Russian or in French, probably in Spanish, other languages we we won't understand. So please make sure that it's we can read it easily, so that the quality of the scan is good, because sometimes we just, well, we'd like to give your points for this part of the portfolio, but you cannot because we cannot see anything. So then the second very important part is the letter of motivation. And I think it's a very, very important part. And just several advices. First of all, try to show your interest and your understanding of the program. So check the website. If you know already which track you would prefer, like, well, basically we have two options. So please tell us, try to explain which option you prefer and why, how this option is connected to your, well, life plans and, well, career thoughts. So try not to repeat just what is written on the website. So it's, yeah, you can easily see if it's a, well, paraphrase from what is written there on the, well, try to be innovative. And another thing is that well, artificial intelligence can help you in polishing your text, but it cannot write instead of you. Like you can always see when it is written not by a human. So at this stage of development of this technology, you can easily say so. Feel free to use it to polish your text, to polish your style. It's, well, absolutely okay. But I really don't recommend to, well, to write and to ask it to write a motivation letter instead of you. So then you have to include your CV, and don't forget about your relevant experience. Like, for example, we value very much if you ever worked as a teaching assistant or a research assistant. So please don't forget to include this information. Some of the applicants do forget, so it's really sad. Then you have to include a letter of recommendation from either an instructor from your university or your scientific supervisor, so anything. So anybody who can characterize you as a student can write such a letter. So any instructor or we'd prefer to read something from your previous scientific supervisor. Like, I think the scientific supervisor is the best candidate to characterize you as a student, but, well, any instructor would count, or I don't know, vice dean, anybody. So I think almost all of you can provide some document of your English proficiency. For example, if all the studies, your previous studies were in English, you don't have to provide any additional tests or results of the the exam in English. But if you it's not the case, so you have to, I don't know, some international exam would count. And another thing, and many of applicants do forget about it, that is that you can provide some additional documents. So, for example, if you're proud of your undergrad's research project, please include it here. So show to us your skills, the work you've done before, so anything. So if you have an article, even I mean economic article or well something published, please do not hesitate to include it also in the portfolio. So just to let us understand your level, your background, your skills, etc., etc. And sometimes really rare, but still, so we have this option. We can invite you for an online interview. You will have some additional questions if we want to clarify, I don't know, some parts of your portfolio, and well, to see what is the real level of your English proficiency. Because I remember one case when there was a student which included something in the language which I don't know, and so it was included as a part of the English proficiency part of the portfolio, but we couldn't understand what this document actually said. So an interview would be a good option here to see whether the applicant can really speak English, because that's how we communicate with each other. So basically, that's what I wanted to tell you. So I don't know if there are any questions I can or I should answer in the chat.
Yes, Olga Sergeyevna, thanks a lot for your presentation. We have some questions in the chat. So we also have like a story about the study experience from our student. I think maybe we can first hear Roosevelt. What do you think? Roosevelt, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Can you please tell us about your study experience at HEC University? We will be very glad to hear you about your experience, educational.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Roosevelt Oga, and I graduated from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology from Ghana. And my experience has been fine. I think Professor Olga has said a lot about the program and then the stress and then the advantages as well. I think HSC has been a nice experience, coming to study in one of the top schools in Europe and across the world, given that it is ranked 87th and 58th in economics and econometrics according to QS ranking in last year. I believe it summarizes the type of institution that HS is. So I think I've learned a lot, and I will speak on one or two things. One thing I've benefited from is the multifaceted type of learning over here at HSC. Okay, so because the learning process comes from different directions, the fact that you do the normal learning in class, the theories, however, almost every lecturer expects you or tasks you to do some applications, come and do some presentations, and you write a lot of term papers as well. So I believe these different directions and perspectives are very necessary, given that some of us didn't have such knowledge or such learning experience before coming to the university. And also the project, which is the FES, the Faculty of Economic Sciences project, is also one thing which is very important. And I believe if you arrive over here and you are determined, then you can finish your master's thesis before the second semester of your second year, because there is a possibility for you to enroll onto this project, and then you meet your scientific supervisor and then you've already discussed topics, and then you meet maybe every fortnight, every 2 weeks, you meet and then you discuss your progress. She will give you a feedback and then you work on that. So there is a possibility for you to get a quality thesis. I think the standards over here are very high because in my case, I submitted a topic and then we had to refine it, and then I found out that the topics suggested by the supervisor was better than the initial idea I had. So there are experts over here that will guide you to, they will always say the topic you choose should be publishable. It's not just any mere topic. So they'll make sure you do a quality work. And I think getting soft skills at HSC is also very easy because of the courses which we study. And there is the possibility for you to gain knowledge in programming, in Python, in R, in Stata, in MATLAB, because in some courses you tend to apply these softwares. And I've interacted with some friends of mine from other universities, not in Russia over here, but in other countries, and they speak about the fact that, okay, it is very, very good because our program has exposed us to a lot of programming softwares. At other places, you might not get the opportunity. So for me, I believe that has been very important for me as well. And it's true that the program is mathematically dominated, and sometimes we tend to struggle a lot, but we can still do it. As far as you decide to focus and then decide not to work, as Professor Olga said, in the first semester, you should be able to pull through. The lecturers and then the assistants are very friendly. They are always available to assist you. So I think the most important thing to do at HSC, if you want to succeed, is to collaborate and also to open up. If you have challenges, you just have to write an email to the appropriate person, and then they'll open their arms for you and then help you out. So I think this is a little I can share. The fact that the program has been very, very important in developing my professional skills, my presentation skills, in my writing skills. I have written a lot of term papers. So, and then I've also gained a lot of programming skills. So, it's a very good option over here. And thank you for your attention.
Dear Roosevelt, thanks a lot for sharing your experience with us. It was very useful. Thanks a lot. Olga Sergeyevna, can we start to answer the questions?
Yeah, sure. I'm looking at the question regarding the time schedule. So that's where I'd like to start, and then you tell me if I miss anything. So there is a question from Daria regarding the schedule of classes, and there are classes from 9 a.m. to night to 9 p.m. basically, so we cannot have classes later than 9 p.m. And the question is whether they are really the classes all day long. So it depends, basically. I told you that we have a lot of options. So you're about to choose your own learning plan. Like you have the main courses where you can, for example, for macroeconomics, you can choose whether to take macroeconomics level 1 or level 2, depending on your background, your interest, etc., etc. And you can choose a seminar group for main courses, and then you have a list of electives. For sure, it's just not possible for us to put all the courses, for example, on the time span from, I don't know, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. such that it would be really convenient for you to combine the classes with the work. So as far as I know, it might be like you have 2 full days during the week, and I don't know, 2 days when you come, I don't know, by nights, for example, to the campus, and then you have one day online or something like this. It really depends on the courses you're about to select from the list. And I'd say, as I said before, so it's almost impossible to combine as a successful studies with the work during the first semester. But after that, I know that almost all the students do it. Like I'd say that I don't know about the exact figures, but I'd say that 80% of second year students do work and do combine the work with the studies successfully. But you have to understand that our program is not the night program or the evening program. So we have a daytime program, and we cannot guarantee that the classes will be provided during the convenient time for you. So it's like your employer should be rather flexible. So if you want to combine your studies with the work, your employer has to be very, very flexible in allowing you to leave the office, to attend the lectures, etc., etc. And I really not recommend the remote mode. Like if you miss all the classes and then try to catch up during the recording. So I wouldn't recommend it. I'd say that in this case, if I don't know if your employer is not very flexible, if you cannot leave the office when you have your classes, I'd say that the program is not for you, especially if your background is not very strong. But during the second year, everything is easier. So I'd say that almost all do successfully combine the work with the studies and classes, but during the first year, especially during the first semester. But those who survive the first semester are the best, and they can do anything, I'd say. So, okay, so Valeria, could you please tell me where to look for the questions? And I'm not sure. Some of them are answered already. And
yes, dear participants, if you have any questions to Olga Sergeyevna, please write them in the chat.
Please, when did so we don't have an entrance exam, basically. So we have portfolio.
Olga Sergeyevna, we have one of the questions. Could you please tell us more about the Russian track of the program, if it's possible?
Okay, sure. So
thank you.
We don't have a special Russian track. Like still, you need some English proficiency, because at least 2 courses are in English for everybody. These courses are mathematics for economists and introduction to Python. So these 2 courses are in English for everybody. They are like the I wouldn't call them introductory, really, because the math course is really intense, but well, it's just easier for us to organize them. So all of the students have the equal access to the same lectures and seminars, so they are in English. So you still have to still need some English proficiency here, but I'd say that solving some mathematical program using English is much easier than to write an essay in English if you are not so good in it. So, but for you will need to know Russian if you consider choosing quantitative methods in economics and finance, or the track elaborated with the Bank of Russia, which is called Economic and Financial Behavior. So nothing really special for these two tracks. So still the same list of main courses like micro, macro, econometrics, maths, and Python. But there you can, for example, we have a macroeconomic course in Russian also, and microeconomic course in Russian. And we have a lot of electives in Russian. So for example, for quantitative methods in economics and finance, we still have a better, a wider option list in Russian than in English. In other tracks, it's not the fact, like we have more courses in English for research students than in Russian, but also, method, if you're interested in methods and you know Russian, you'll have a better selection of good courses. But well, anyway, basically that's it. So, but if you don't know Russian, you either choose research in economics or applied economics track, where you can compose your learning plan with only English courses. If you prefer Russian, then you choose, you still can choose applied economics if you prefer Russian. So you will have a lot of options of the electives in Russian. So but you need to know Russian if you are interested in economic behavior or what were quantitative methods. I think that's it. So nothing special for Russian citizens. But if you speak Russian, I'd like to invite you for a series of webinars in Russian. So in 2 weeks, we'll have a seminar with Professor Nathov, the supervisor of the applied economics track. So you will be able to ask your questions in Russian. So, and in I think in 4 weeks, the 29th of February, we'll have a meeting with Elena Kosova. So if you're interested in the quantitative methods, and you can always send a message to me or to our manager. So if anything particular is not clear. So, okay, so I hope I answered. So nothing special for Russian speaking students, but.
Olga Sergeyevna, thanks a lot. And there is one more question from Bankolev Falana. Could you please see it in the chat?
Oh yes, I can see it in the labor environmental. Okay, so first of all, yes, we have a scholarship program for research students. So it's a special thing for research in economics track, but so to get this scholarship, you have to study well, like only those with excellent grades are considered for this scholarship. So as I said before, those who survive the first semester with good grades can get this scholarship. Not many of the students. I think I'm afraid that's the only option. So and what else? So and faculty members in labor, environmental, and natural resource economics. Basically, it's the applied economic specialization. So a lot of members of, if you check the applied economics department of FEC, the Faculty of Economic Studies web page, you'll see the list of the names. And you can contact also Professor Nathov, the supervisor of the applied economics track, but a lot of members of the applied economics department specialize in labor or environmental or natural resources economics. So.
thanks a lot. There is also a question for Roosevelt Toggle. Could you please answer it? Roosevelt, can you hear us?
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, could you please see the question in the chat?
Can you hear me?
Should I read it to you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I think the question is about the mathematical background from KNUST, and I do not know so much about the courses in the quantitative track because I belong to the research track. However, I think with my personal grade on some we didn't cover under our undergraduate courses. So I think there is an outline on the website which you can download, and then you can look at the courses or the prerequisites. So you can revisit. There are some materials, and then there are some references over there. You can download the textbooks and then revise some 1 or 2 topics, and then you'll be good to go. That is for the research track, but for the quantitative, I do not really know the elements of courses over there and what they cover, so I can't speak on that. But for the research track, you just need 1 or 2 things.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, and I can add that basically quantitative economics is usually chosen by Russian-speaking students. So I'm not sure if the person asking do speak Russian, but if not, so for the moment you can forget about it. But for research economics, which is also very well mathematically oriented track, well, so you can rely on the answer made by Roosevelt.
So, okay, if there are no questions, then we would like to thank you for, oh, we have some question. Olga Sergeyevna.
There is a question about non-economics background. Okay, it's well, so anybody can apply. So the question is about the success of this application. So sometimes we take students from with other backgrounds, like in business administration, etc. But as it's really hard to succeed with different background, so it would be great if you could show to us some other courses you've taken in economics from, for example, Coursera or somewhere else, like, because we start really intensively in September. You have microeconomics, macroeconomics, maths, and econometrics. So if you have a totally different background, I'd say it's impossible. That's why we have well, if you have other applicants with a strong background in economics, like I don't know, first honors diploma in economics is valued more for application as the first honors diploma in business administration. That's what I said. But you can apply for sure. Everybody can apply. We'll see. So if you show strong motivation and understanding of what you are applying for, like you say, you understand that your background is different, but you can show that you have invested a lot of efforts into acquiring the economic knowledge from, I don't know, Coursera, for example, well, then you'll have chances. Especially in accounting. I don't know about financial economics. Last year, we took a couple of students with bachelor degrees in accounting. But the number of places is lower this year. Like we had 20, I think 20 places last year, just 10 this year, but you can apply. But the competition is stronger this year, I'd say. But you can apply. But it will, well, so if you have a totally different background, it would be really hard for you. So you have to persuade us that you're ready to work really, really hard and you understand what you're asking for. That yes, if the English is a question for you, again, so for example, if you choose the either applied economics or quantitative methods or the track with the Bank of Russia, you can choose almost all courses in Russian, plus maths in English and Python in English. And it is possible to compose your own learning plan with almost Russian courses plus 2 or 3 English courses. But if you choose, if you prefer research in economics, you'll be obliged to take only English courses. So. Okay. I don't see any other questions. Or...
Me too. I think we are finishing the webinar now. So thanks a lot to all the participants for joining us today. We think that it was very interesting and useful information today. So once again, we would like to invite you to apply for the program, and I will leave the link to the form to apply here in the chat, and you will also receive it in our emails after the webinar. So, and we also would like to tell you that the deadline for accepting the applications for Russian government scholarship is the 1st of March. Thank you, and I will also leave the link in the chat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And again, if you have any further questions, you can address them to me, and I'll try to clarify anything.
Okay, thank you. We can finish now. Thank you.